What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, you already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, we're back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 180 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know. I started this series off at the beginning of 2023, and here we are. We're pretty much on week 180, right? If you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Where, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content out in time, most likely we're already chopping it up in the sold out Discord. And as you guys can see, I'm back in the white tees, right? Okay, just like you like me. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's just go and get into this weekly sneaker rotation now. End things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. But pretty much, as you guys may or may not know, I just recently got some ink touched up and added some new ink. So pretty much the kid just been kind of staying inside and kind of chilling and relaxing. So the whole weekend I kind of just chilled. So pretty much, you know what that means for the kid. Basically, AKA comfort zone in the Yeezy Slides Pure colorway, right? Okay, my beaters that I keep by the door. So basically, I didn't pretty much leave the house. I don't think I really necessarily had a reason to, and if I did, it may have been like a quick little grocery store run, because you guys may or may not know, I've been doing my very, very best to just kind of prep my own food throughout the week. As you guys probably see whenever I drop on Sunday, whenever I'm dropping like a meal prep video. I mean, I'm really like cooking at least 4 or 5 times out the week, if not more, right? Okay, but anyway, man. The point of it, Saturday and Sunday, the kid was in the crib chilling and just relaxing and, you know, just trying to get my thoughts together for the week. So pretty much this was my Saturday and Sunday shoe, was a Yeezy Slide Pure. Cool, now we're gonna move on to Monday. You know, the kid worked a full-time job and right back at the work. So pretty much you already know how things go. And yeah, I've been kind of just sticking to a theme all week, even though I'm probably gonna start back going into just like all over the place. But I feel like one more week of just keeping things simple, which I could probably do another like easily themed sneaker. So you're gonna see where we're starting off. And I stepped in none other than the Air Force One. And this is the my year joints, right? Okay, these joints right here didn't instantly sell out, but I do feel like they did sell out over time. One of my favorite silhouettes of all time, right? Okay, not my favorite sneaker, but silhouettes. And there are some more Air Force Ones I plan to add to the collection. From my last pickup vlog, I noticed they added some more colorways that we normally don't see in the Air Force One. So probably gonna pick those up when the piggy bank get right. You know, I also just picked up a couple sneakers on the resale market. So, you know, just trying to level things out and make sure we keep everything good. So pretty much this was my Monday shoe, was the Nike Air Force One my year, which is a collab with my year, which is that like light dull, like I guess burgundy / purple colorway they try to go for. So I don't hate it, but I don't necessarily love it. But at the same time, it's a nice little shoe that I can throw in the like work rotation. So this was my Monday shoe, was a Nike Air Force One. I'm on my year. Cool. Now let's move right along to Tuesday, right back at work. A shoe that, to be honest, I either need to clean it or just get a fresh pair, because to be honest, it's starting to do what any typical all black shoe do, which I was in the Nike Air Force One all blacks. Arguably one of my favorite colorways in the Air Force One of all time, but I don't know if the camera's gonna do this any justice, but it does have that glitter effect on it. Now, rumors is you can just take like a little damp, like wet paper towel, pause, and just wipe it off and it'll get it right back, but then it's gonna turn back anyway. This is also one of the ways back in the day we used to be able to tell if Jordan 1s and or Air Force Ones was quote unquote authentic, right? Okay, but now I think Nike has fixed this problem, so we don't really see it like that. But you can tell I've had these guys for quite some time. Probably still the ones you've seen probably back in 2019, 2020 when I picked these guys up. So I've had these for quite some time. If we're all the way, and now we're like what, in year 2026? So I mean, that speaks volumes. Not a long time, but not necessarily a short time either. What, that's like roughly like 6 years, you know, give or take. But yeah, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with them overall. Just a quick little wipe down, but this was my Tuesday shoe, was a Nike Air Force One all black. Cool. Now I'm gonna move on to Wednesday. So this one should be a gimme of what I'm gonna do back to back, right? Okay, because obviously I'm in the Air Force One week. So Wednesday, stepped right back into work and I stepped in none other than the all white Air Force One, right? Okay, it only felt right. If you're gonna go black, now you gotta go all white. These are two colorways. I feel like the all black joints and the all white joints, in my opinion, right? If you don't have one, I'm not discrediting you or whatever, because each collection is tailored to your preference. But I feel like this is something that's a classic and a timeless requirement in the average sneakerheads collection. If you don't have them, you at least at one point had them at one point, right? Okay, but arguably this probably is one of my favorite colorways of all time too, of the Air Force One. Now my joints, not necessarily super dirty because I don't wear it all the time, but this is one of these shoes where perfect spring/summer shoe. And to be honest, back in the day when they were like 90 bucks, I remember when they were like as low as 65, then they jumped to 75, then 85, then 95, and then they now at that new price of like 115, give or take, right? This used to be that go-to shoe where it's like you need something fresh that can go with everything and you didn't want to break the bank. This used to be that shoe and arguably still could be considered that shoe, right? Okay, but as you can see, even my shirt is probably a little bit more off-white than this is, right? Okay, but yeah, this was my Wednesday shoe, all white Air Force Ones. I feel like if you need a go-to shoe, this one you can't go wrong with it, like a fresh pair that is, right? Okay, so this was my Wednesday shoe, all white Air Force One. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Thursday. I wanted to finish a week strong. This shoe, I don't really wear that often, but I really needed to bring it back out. And of course, I'm talking none other than another Nike Air Force One. And these is an off-white, and I believe we were calling these the University Gold, AKA the Lemonades, AKA RP to Virgil, right? Y'all know I put the black laces in my joint right here, and it's a shoe that, to be honest, I could wear more often, right? Now, overall, we're calling these University Gold, but it looks yellow. Me, right? I could easily wear this shoe like every week. And I will say this, when I saw this shoe, I had to cop it. I know I went on the resale market for these guys, but long story short, I am a sucker for the color yellow, right? Why you see me in a lot of white tees, you'll see me in black, but to be honest, my color palette is usually all over the place. Now, I will say this, yellow, low key, I can say is probably one of my favorite colorways. And then with that black, we can call these joints the Bumblebee as far as I'm concerned, right? Okay, but I'm not gonna disrespect Virgil, my bad, my apologies. I'm not gonna disrespect Virgil, so I wanna say RP to Virgil. If I didn't say it correctly in the beginning, I wanna say RP to Virgil. But off-white, and he left a great timeless stamp in the sneaker world, man. So while he is gone, he will never be forgotten, right? Okay, even though I probably just butchered the name a little bit, but at the same time, you know, I drop a lot of content, but that's no excuse, man. But this was my Thursday shoe. The off-white Air Force One, University Gold, AKA the Lemonades, right? Okay, yes, I love these guys right here, man. So this was my Thursday shoe. Cool. Now Friday, I want to make sure I finish strong. Of course, another Air Force One, and this one right here, I think I'm still breaking it. It's getting better, but at the same time, I will say this joint was stiff whenever I first got it. And I had to come off the hip with the chips with these, and I'm talking none other than another Nike Air Force One with the gum bottom, and this is a sale Travis Scott, right? You got the grill, you got the pull-off patch right here that goes on the shoestrings, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, it's like a little button snap-down joint, right? Okay, and mine's kind of crooked, but all you gotta do is just kind of punch that joint back down, and it snaps right in there. But as you guys know, you can take off these swishes as well. I don't really do all that, but yeah, these joints right here, it's one of those you probably want to start wearing because at the same time, it's gonna age, and to be honest, I don't feel like it's gonna age too well. But at the same time, you know, me, I try my very best to collect as many Travises as I can, but not all Travis sneakers I usually fall for, but majority of them joints I end up do copping, as you guys can see. So this was my Friday shoe, was the Nike Air Force One Travis Scott, and this is the sale colorway. There is a white colorway, but to be honest, the white colorway was a little bit harder to find, even though I think I did technically find it, but I was like, I'm not gonna pay that price when I already paid for these. Gum bottom on these right here, so this is kind of like, I do like Air Force Ones with gum bottom, but I feel like this is kind of like what I got in my collection to keep me from getting like a fresh pair, like, you know, maybe an Air Force One with a gum bottom, right? Okay, and who knows, I may even change it in the future, right? But yeah, this was my Friday shoe, was the Nike Air Force One Travis Scott sale. Cool. So pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I'm gonna go and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.